go to RHy&x.
Hey, it's Roger. I'm on location with my broker partner, Rodney Jones. We're in downtown Monroe, right here in Franklin Court. Now, Rodney, we got to answer some questions. The National Association of Realtors, a lot of stuff's going on, lawsuit. What's changing now?
Yeah, so there has been a settlement reached, Roger, and the National Association of Realtors is something that your team, ProStat, we all belong to.
Yeah.
And so it used to be, there's two major changes that stand out to me. There's many changes, but the first one is now before realtors as a buyer agent can show homes, they're required to have a buyer agency agreement in place.
That's not just us, it's everybody.
That's everybody. So how we once were doing business is I would help people find homes online. I would come meet them. We'd go out for a day or two, and then we'd do a buyer agency agreement. No more. National Association of Realtors says we have to have a buyer agency in place before we can show homes. And that's not just Rodney Jones, Roger Holloway, that's the whole Realtor, National Association of Realtors.
Now, if somebody says, well, I'll just go out by myself first and visit some of the model homes. Is that a good idea?
It's really not, and here's why. Because a lot of our new home communities and builders have adopted a policy. If you walk in the door unrepresented,
without a buyer agent,
and then you decide later on you want one, the builders won't honor that.
Wow.
So it's imperative you get a buyer agency agreement ahead of time. And we're going to talk about why you need a buyer agent, but you definitely need a buyer agent. So
yeah, I want to talk about that. And we're in this beautiful Franklin Court Grill, great place to come to town, and we just want to help you. I think you know my heart if you're a subscriber by now. If you don't know me by now, Harold Melvin of the Blue Note said you may never know me. But our heart is to help people and represent you, and we want the same thing that the builders want. We want to help you find the right home. But Rodney, what are you finding on number 2?
Yeah, so the first thing, of course, is we have to have the buyer agency agreement in place before we go look at homes. The second major change that National Association of Realtors has issued is we use multiple listing service, and in our market it's called Canopy MLS. And used to be, Roger, they posted buyer agency commission rates.
In other words, how much the builder or the seller is willing to pay.
That's correct. And National Association, through the settlement, said no more publishing that. Now, the advantage you have with me as, doing this a couple decades with new homes is I know most all of the Onsite reps. I've either worked with them before or competed against them, and I know how to get in touch with them. And I also know where to go to see what their compensation is. Roger, in the last 6 years, I've done close to 160 transactions. The buyer has never paid me directly. My fee, my commission has always come from the seller side. And even with these new rules, the majority of the builders we're talking to or working with are still paying the buyer agent.
Well, the cool thing is, and I think I'm hearing you right, that you're going to find out before you go and show houses. You're going to know, you're going to inform, you're going to let them get involved in the actual choice of what house you want to see. Some builders are going to be paying a certain amount, some are going to pay less, some are going to pay more. So is it fair to ask you this question about how much is a buyer's agency agreement?
Yeah, so the buyer agency commission has always been negotiable. Even a listing agent's commission has always been negotiable. So it's negotiable, and again, like you say, Roger, before we go out, you're going to know exactly how much the buyer agent, or the seller agent or the builder is going to pay in commission.
Well, it's all about communication, guys, and I've known Rodney Jones to jump on the phone, jump on a Zoom call, give you information, but no matter which, if you look at us say, well, we don't want to do it that way. Well, you go to the next guy, he or she's got to do it that way too. Them's the rules, and the rules is the rules. Yeah. So guys, what's a good number to call you? I know you can also help people list and sell their home in the Charlotte area.
I do, in North End, South Carolina. My number is 704-202-7460. I am happy to provide more information and more websites and more links that you can look up your own information on this National Association of Realtors settlement. Call me or text 704-202-7460. I'm Rodney Jones, working with Roger Holloway.
Yeah, if you don't get called Roger 5 times a day and me called Rodney, it's a weird day. But guys, here's what I'll tell you. Rodney Jones is not only #1 agent on my team of 5, but he's also the #1 agent in our firm of Prosted Realty last year. He's been at it for a long time, and he's really good, and he'll take good care of you. So give him a call, 704-345.
Wait, 704-202-7460.
Yeah, I was getting ready to get my number. Anyway, hey guys, we got more videos along this lines to get all your questions answered. So see you on the next video.
Go to RHy&x.com.